Hello enhancers and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be making chickpea rotini. So I have my shallots and my chipotle pepper seasoning, and then we have our white wine. I'm going to be using my Redmond's real salt, some sage, some olive oil, some chopped kale, and it's actually frozen kale, and some mustard seed. I have my mushrooms, which are kind of old. That's why I need to hurry up and use them. So I'm going to make this recipe. I love this recipe. This is one of my go-to dinners. I love it so much, and it's so easy and so quick to make. Also, I have my grape tomatoes, but I'm just going to be eyeing everything in this recipe, but I will have it in the description below. So if you need a quick, fast dinner or lunch, this is it. So yeah, I am going to hurry up and cut up my shallots, but try to make sure you have everything already cut up because this recipe can go so fast and it's so easy and everything cooks up so fast. So try to have everything already prepared and ready to go. I'm adding some sage. A little bit of pepper and a sprinkle of salt. Just a dash of chipotle pepper seasoning, just a little bit for some heat. That's sauteing down really good, so I'm going to go ahead and add my tomatoes. What I do with my tomatoes is just start cutting them in half to release the juices. And I cook them down until I see the skin starts to wilt. It also gives me a little bit more juice in my pan, so when I add my coconut cream, that cream has something to mix into. It gets nice and creamy. And I try to do this as fast as I can. Don't want all of my juices to evaporate out of my pan. This is probably a little bit more tomatoes than I would usually have. I used half of one container that I had left over. Then I opened a whole new container. So I was just trying to eye it. See how it's getting nice and wilty, the skin. And usually I add my kale right after I add the seasonings. I just use the juice from the mushrooms to get the kale nice and sauteed and wilty. So go ahead and add your kale right after you add your seasonings and before you add your tomatoes. But I'm just kind of rushing through this recipe that I have made so many times before. But you can add that kale way before you add your tomatoes. So make sure it's coconut cream, not coconut milk. I'm just using the rest of the coconut cream that I had in the bag in the refrigerator, and it's just the coconut cream. Nice and creamy. Or you could use the cream off of the coconut milk. Come together so well, and it's a little bit of heat, a little bit of creaminess, got that tanginess from the mustard seed. Salt just brings out that flavor, tanginess of the tomatoes, and healthy green kale, those meaty mushrooms. I have my chickpea pasta in here, and just cook it to the directions on the package. Now it's a hit and miss with these bean pastas, so you gotta really watch it and stay by the stove because you can overcook it really fast and it becomes soggy. Like, this is probably the first time I have been cooking bean pastas like forever. And this is probably one of the very first times, or one of the very few times, that I actually got it like perfect. Like, it's light, it's not mushy, and it tastes really good, especially with this recipe. So yeah, make sure you watch it. It's not sticky or anything. I did this perfect this time. And I got a little bit of penne pasta on the bottom, but I love this chickpea. Get a little bit of protein in there. So yeah, I just put a little bit of the penne pasta just to fill the bowl, because this was the last little bit of chickpea rotini that I had left, and it's cooked so perfect. And just how light that is. Just look at all those flavors.